As much as we all love LEGO Star Wars, we need to admit to ourselves that it does have its problems. And whilst I see a lot of people discussing these problems, I don't see too many people offering solutions. LEGO Clone Troopers and their bad printing and their two-hole helmet mold is nothing in comparison to the lack of Padme minifigures. Just screw the clones. When are LEGO gonna recognize and appreciate one of the best and most badass characters in Star Wars who has by far the coolest wardrobe out of every single character? I want justice for Padme. Now when it comes to Padme, I'm not out here asking for remakes. And it is rumored that we're getting another Padme minifigure this year, and we did get one last year. However, there's a problem with them too. And why might that be? It is because Padme has 42 different outfits in the prequel trilogy movies alone, and we have only ever seen 4 of them. Someone call the Republic because we have a mass crime going on in the galaxy that needs sorting out. And it's not like she's even like a minor character. She quite literally is in the protagonist circle for the entirety of the prequel trilogy. She is a main part of it. She's featured in the Clone Wars. There is so much footage and media of Padme as a character, yet she constantly gets neglected in all of her gorgeous costumes. Not only that, but the amount of times that they have released a Padme minifigure as well is quite abysmal, to be completely honest. In total, we have only ever had 7 Padme minifigures. The first appeared in 1999 in the original Pod Racers set, and given that she was a main character, it gave us a lot of hope. However, she was never featured in any of the Attack of the Clone sets, which by far made the most amount of sense. Revenge of the Sith, okay, look, I will give you a little bit of slack for the first wave especially. While she was featured in the movie, it would have been hard to fit her in a set at that time, and there were a lot of other characters and scenes that were better fitted to be portrayed. So when 2011 rolls around and we're gonna get a new Padme minifigure, it's really, really exciting. There are so many different sets and locations and vehicles that she could fit in with. So what did we get? Another pod racing outfit. 2012, however, everything is looking up. We have our first ever Queen Amidala minifigure, and she is gorgeous. Arguably one of the best, if not the best minifigure of all time, and definitely my favorite minifigure that LEGO has ever made. She is amazing. She's included in the Gungan sub, and oh, look at that. We're getting a Clone Wars Padme as well. Wow, this is fantastic. 2 new outfits. It makes up a lot from the devastation that was last year. This era with Star Wars was incredible for many, many reasons, not just the amount of Padmes they released. However, in 2013, they did in fact give us another one in the 2013 Republic gunship. It just keeps getting better. However, after that, Disney bought Star Wars, and then they started to release all of the sequel movies, and Rey was a much more prominent kind of minifigure to throw in a set, and Padme really got left on the back burner until 2019 when it was the 20th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, and they released a whole line that was dedicated to remaking some of the original sets. And one of those sets included the Pod Racer. Look, I'll give this one some credit because it did make sense because this was an anniversary and the whole point was to remake sets, and then that was the last Padme minifigure we got until last year. So, we're looking a bit bare bones. And the one we got last year was yet another remake, and probably was, admittedly quite overdue. And that was a remake of the Clone Wars Padme that didn't feature that really creepy face anymore. Look, that's a win. But when we look back at the history of Star Wars, to only have 7 Padme minifigures and only 4 outfits out of her 42 different outfits is quite criminal. Something that's brought up quite often in the LEGO Star Wars fandom is why haven't they done a LEGO Star Wars collectible minifigure series that come in the little bags, or I guess now boxes, and I kind of can hop on that train because we could have an entire minifigure series just based off Padme's outfits, and that would only knock off 12 at this point. To prove my point even more, there have been more Captain Rex minifigures released than there have been Padme Amidala outfits. But why should Padme be a top priority for LEGO Star Wars fans? Well, may I present to you this short presentation. Firstly, Padme is played by Natalie Portman. I feel like that's reason enough. 2, and this is a pretty big one for LEGO as a company, Padme would add a lot of diversity to your themes. As you might have noticed, LEGO likes to mix things up and kind of diversify things a little bit, which is a really good thing to do. And often they'll just do it with stormtroopers or Hoth troopers. Under a stormtrooper helmet, you can quite literally be anyone, and since there's not a ton of really strong female characters outside of Ahsoka and Leia for the most part, I mean, they did just completely diss Mon Mothma and Yavin, and that was kind of rude. Padme could fill that diversity slot a little bit. It could mix it up. I mean, why do you think she was included in the Republic gunship, people? Use your brains. There's not a lot of people buying sequel sets, so it's not like you can throw Rey in, and there's only so many white dress layers that people can handle. So please give us a new Padme. Number 3 is quite literally because she is Mother. She births Luke and Leia. She plays a really important part in the story. I'm not saying like do her like funeral outfit, but any of her other ones would be great. Now, LEGO over the last couple of years has really started to listen into fan demand a lot more by increasing the amount of clone sets that are being released, increasing the amount of prequel sets that are being released, and overall offering a much more complete, diverse, and wholesome LEGO Star Wars set portfolio. There are sets from all different types of things. It's only sequels and Rebels sets that are kind of being left out here, which, you know, does unfortunately make sense. I wish that they would do at least one sequel set every 2 years though. I think that would be really cool. And a lot of that comes from fan demand online, and then when those sets get made, fans showing that they have the purchasing power to justify continuing these things. Firstly, we have the 501st Battle Pack, then there was the 501st Specialist Battle Pack. Upcoming, there's a rumored Jedi Bob Starfighter, if that does turn out to be exactly what the description says. And then for fun, we're doing a Dark Side Falcon, which I assume is just something that like all the toy brands are doing, judging by this Hasbro campaign thing. But you know, aside, we're doing fun things now. There is also such a strong fan base behind Padme. She is a very beloved character, and there are a lot of existing LEGO Star Wars fans that would love her. And there are also a lot of female Star Wars fans who are already within the community who would love a Padme minifigure, but you could also bring in a lot of new people if you started to offer more Padmes, especially in cheaper sets. But we all know beggars can't be choosers, but that doesn't matter because I'm gonna tell you my top recommendations for other Padme outfits that could exist. Starting things off is the battle outfit that she wore on Naboo at the end of The Phantom Menace. This has been done as a popular custom minifigure. She looks fantastic, she looks gorgeous, she's so simple, and also that would fit really nicely into a lot of sets. You could do a brand new Naboo N1 Starfighter, throw a Padme in there. It's that simple. One, because I would like a Naboo and one Starfighter. It's been a couple years, and 2, I want Padme. It's a winning combination. Also, Phantom Menace anniversary. Not that we should celebrate every single anniversary all the time, but it does make sense. 2 is the iconic rainbow dress. When you look up Padme outfits, this is the first thing that comes up. There are so many photos of it. It is definitely one of the most popular ones, I guess, outside of her Geonosis outfit, but we'll get to that one. This would be so gorgeous. You could use the slope dress piece. I mean, you would definitely need to have like some sort of cape or printed arm to really get the effect going, but it would be gorgeous. And throw it into like a Naboo Master Builders set. Granted, that is going to be a higher price point, but it would work so well. Otherwise, I can't really think of too many Attack of the Clones sets where things would work, especially in that outfit. So big Naboo Master Builder set, or big Naboo diorama or something. Even like a little May the 4th diorama where you like build a micro scale Naboo and then just have like a random Padme minifigure in there, that would work too. I don't really know what to call this next outfit, so I called it Cone Senator. This is an outfit from the Clone Wars and the prequel trilogy, so there are lots of options that you could go for with this. You could throw this in with like a random Clone Wars vehicle. You could throw this in with like some sort of Coruscant set. If you wanted to do like the Zam Wessel speeder, you could kind of throw it in there. It wouldn't technically make a lot of sense as long as we're getting Padme minifigures. You could even make Padme's ship, and instead of having a variety of different characters, you could just give me Padme in a bunch of different outfits. I would buy that. I don't think many other people would, but that would be cool. Some other runners up though in terms of outfits is the Droid Factory outfit. Now we did get the Geonosis Arena one, which was ripped, and I love that minifigure. She looks really cool, but I'd like the complete outfit instead this time. I want it bad enough that I went and got my own made, so if you want to purchase one, you can find them on my website down below, holyonfilm.com. Hashtag Spawn. In all seriousness though, I would love to see a new Geonosis set or a Droid Factory set with her in there. I would also love to see a remade Queen Amidala. As much as that would trump the value of mine, and I paid $150 for it, that physically hurt me to do, but it was worth it. She's my favorite. She's lovely. I see her every morning when I wake up. I'm also skeptical to if she would actually be better than the old one. Like, part of me thinks that they would make her slightly worse and just use the original dress instead of like remolding a new circular dress piece, but I would love to see her again. She is gorgeous. This is such an iconic and beautiful outfit, and fingers crossed she's made into a BrickHeadz later this year. And lastly is this rainbow handmaiden dress. You can just do what you do with Hermione and then like stack plates up for her legs. I think that would be really cool, and I'm really hoping that this is the one included in the Sith Infiltrator instead of that same pod racing outfit again. I swear if we get that, I'm going to lose my mind. That would be very unfortunate, and I would not buy the set if that happens. Jokes, I'd probably still buy it just so I can have every Padme minifigure eventually, but you know what I mean. So Lego, if you're listening and you are looking for more fan requests, given that we've done Commander Cody, Captain Rex, we're doing a Jedi Bob Starfighter, and we've done a UCS gunship and a bunch of clone sets, I really hope you listen to me with this request to please make more Padme minifigures. I mean, if we're gonna be doing prequel trilogy stuff anyway, I mean, why can't you just throw my girl in there and help me out a little bit? Natalie Portman deserves respect. Padme deserves respect. I wanna see my girl in all her glory. We don't have to wait until she makes like some random cameo in Ahsoka or something, because who are we kidding? They're gonna do that eventually. Just put her in there. It's not that hard. Live, laugh, love, Padme Amidala.